Morning world, welcome to Thursday 7th December, and I'm going to start today's video with a thank you. From me, and actually from Holly now as well. I had a phone call a couple of weeks ago from a lady called Tracey Slocum. We had a laugh about her surname because it reminded me of a character from an old British sitcom, Are You Being Served? And Mrs. Slocum's pet. Anyhow, Tracey turns out has a very similar sense of humour to me. Anyway, we got talking. It was a conversation about Dexter cattle. She's interested in the breed, and as a cook, chef, connoisseur of good things, was basically just asking me questions about the Dexters and saying that she might even consider acquiring some for herself. Anyway, she sent me her book, Bullet a Gate, a cookbook. I have literally scanned the first couple of dozen pages of it. It made me smile. It particularly the comment where she gave the artist free rein to make her hooters look bigger in the cartoons. That made me chuckle. That did. Anyway, I happened to mention that this book had arrived, and Holly's stolen it. So I will get back to look at it more, Tracey. But yeah, Holly's stolen it. So I've also told Holly that we're sending you some steaks. Because that was the deal. You were going to send me a book and I was going to send you some steaks. I'd forgotten. You've reminded me. Some steaks will be in the post. You may even get them before this video goes up. So yeah, Bullet a Gate Cooking, Tracey Slocum. Yeah, go and have a look. It's made me chuckle, and actually some of the recipes and some of the stories. I enjoyed the bit about Johnny Kingdom. That was the only that's about as far as I got, reading about Johnny Kingdom. And I'm a great fan, or was a great fan of Johnny Kingdom. So yeah, go and buy the book. Good Christmas present that'll make. Really good Christmas present. Right, so I was told this morning by Mrs. P that she has booked my Land Rover into the tip. No, that's not to leave it there and scrap it. That is, she's basically said, I booked your Land Rover in, so there's a load of stuff, boxes and blah, blah, blah stuff to go to the tip. You can take it up for me. Thank you very much, Mrs. P. So, Holly is currently getting dressed. She's feeling poorly this morning, far too poorly to do any work, but I have told her that she's coming with me to the tip. So for those of you that enjoy a bit of father-daughter Land Rover banter. No, she's not in here yet. Not in here yet. That's probably going to come up. And as she's feeling a bit under the weather and a bit poorly, it's just 10 times easier for me to wind her up. You know, it's my duty. In fact, I think it's the law. Right, that's the fender left there. Did I take the keys out? Yes, took the keys out. So Holly can load that up. I want to get these straw bales shifted today. I'm late starting this morning because, well, there's no excuse. I was feeling idle, and it's taken me until now to get my arse into gear and actually get out and start something. So we have to move the Zago, but that is heavy. So I'm going to did I just unlock you or lock you? So we'll start the tractor up, get her a bit warmed up, because I don't want to be pushing that great lump around with a cold engine. I've got to move that 4-foot bucket for the no heat. Right, you can go on and warm up. Yeah, today, as much of that as I can is going in there. So, and I think what we're going to do, well, we'll see how far we get, because the water pipe for in there is up somewhere between those two. If I can find the water pipe, then I'm going to have the cattle at this end, simply because it's going to be easier for feed and for mucking out. So yeah, another shed to muck out. I might have to weld some gate hinges on there later on, or I'm trying to find some of these guys. I want some of those that I can weld onto pillars, then I can put the hurdles up wherever I want. Now I asked the supplier if they could supply them to me, never got anything back. So, but somewhere somebody makes these. I need some. Right, that's a phone call from my brother. My dad's not very well. So they've called the doctor out for him. There's not much I can do for a minute. The doctor's going, so so hopefully I'm going to get the straw moved today, but there's a chance that I might not, because if my dad's poorly and I got to go and look after him, or I haven't got to look at, I've got to go and see him. Well, the day's going to play out as the day plays out. Right, let's move this bucket, and then we can move the Zago, and then we can move some straw. I did wonder when I put it in here if it was a bad idea, but you know, I could always move it. Right, 3 more bales to come out of there. I might get some straw in there too. Although I do want somewhere where I can park some machinery. My tractor's got to go somewhere, so I might reserve that for the tractor, because I sold a couple of those planks in there. So now I can get to them. I can tell the guy that's bought them he can come and get them, because I can get to them. Unless I fill it up with straw, well, then I can't. That makes perfect sense. Okay, put the Zago on. Right, I'm gonna have to be wary of that PTO shaft. Is the wind gonna catch this? I don't think so. We might have got a bit overkill with the sheet, but I'd rather it was too big than not big enough. I think this is where it's going to go, up in here, but I think before I do that, actually I get the skid steer back out again and we'll just level that off. I could try that with the New Holland. It's not too shitty there. It's a bit shitty there, but it's not, well, you know, it's just a bit shitty, little bit. I got to find something to do with this thing, otherwise it's going to be, oh, I forgot about that. That's in there as well. Where am I going to put you? Where am I going to put you? I'll think of something on the way. Wakey, wakey. Ready? Yeah. So I have read some more of the manual on this thing. I do understand most of it, but currently we've done absolutely no work with it. These controls are so twitchy compared to what I'm used to. Let's try that. why don't you want to rev? Now it wants to rev. Makes it even more twitchy. Slow. Just need to slow stuff down a little bit while you're learning. Look at that. It looks like I picked up half a dozen dog turds. Look. That's where the mud squirted up through the tooth holes on the bucket. Let's go and get a bit of gravel. Okay, so we'll put it back down into slow. Well, plenty of power. Ain't much in there. The main problem I'm having is the muscle memory from my hands on a skid steer on mine do completely different things, totally different things. So I'm still hardwired for the Mustang, and trying to fight against that hardwiring is, yeah, it's not that easy. I'll get it. Put this out of the way somewhere for a minute. Out the way is in there. It is so different to a Mustang. So different. Okay. We are up out of the blue. Voila. Good to go. So shall I reverse it up through there, or shall I go around and reverse it back? I gotta remember, I can't turn left very sharp because of the foot ladder on the machine. So it doesn't really matter what I do, one or the other. Okay, so what can I do with the PTO shaft? I wonder if I can pin him up on there. I just need it out the way, somewhere where it can't drop down. Is it? It might. If I just get round there. Okay. That should be safe enough there. Right, so having the sheet on before we put it out there has definitely made it harder to gauge how far out stuff is, because I can see even less now than I could before, but I kind of know how big it is. This is just going to be a case of better safe than sorry, jumping in and out of the cab just to make sure I'm lined up to where I've got to go, because I do not want to be reversing this into my Marshall trailer or anything else. In fact, I think what we're going to do, we're going to put you in a low box, or a lower box. There is no rush. I can literally see absolutely nothing behind me. I can't even see the corner of the barn. Right, this is going to take a bit of jiggery pokery. Good word. I might actually go up round that way and then, yeah, reversing that way, because I can see what I'm doing for longer. Gotta keep an eye on that. If I get too close, I'll smash up the rear wing on the tractor. I don't want to do that. So going this way, I'm reversing up in the side, because I come around at an angle, I can kind of see where I'm going better. That's the plan anyway. We're in, but I reckon I can probably get him over that way a bit more, so just check our clearances. Nope, we're good where we are. We can go back another 6 feet. To about there, I reckon. Right. I'll show you. Got the wheels up on a hard bit too. It's a bonus. I could probably come back another couple of feet ish. There's a bolt on it there. We don't need that. We're not taking it on the road. And although we're a bit further away from the Marshall than I'd intended, that's okay. That's a reasonable gap, I reckon. Right, we need to put some on these under these wheels. I don't want him rolling forward. Actually, with two of them, one each side, I don't think it's gonna. That's hard ground. I don't think it's gonna hop up over the top of that. I think we're okay. Might put a couple bit more rope on there just to hold that down. We'll see. Right then, we'll take him off. Take that off there first. Okay, that seems to be okay. That's not even touching that. It is now. So if the other side's the same, then the chances are it doesn't want to roll anyway, but we'll just be on the safe side. No, you're not touching either. Okay, I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Right, that's part one of the job done. Part two, moving straw, or actually we're going to put some polythene down. We'll use old silage wrap again. We'll put that on the floor before we move the straw in there, because the floor in there is definitely damper than the floor in there. Don't need that anymore. Yes, I'll have to move it again when I'm moving that, but that's later. It might be this afternoon. I think it's playing on my mind. I got to do this tip run with Holly, so we'll go and do that, and then I think I'm going to go over and see my dad. Yeah.